Ya na 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 la 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 ya la 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 na 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 ya na 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 la 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 ya la 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 ya na 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 ay 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 na 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 ay na 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 ay la 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Jonah.
Shabbat Shalom, Kanta Ernoff. Shabbat Shalom to everyone out there tuning in, whether you're coming from your Facebook or if you're looking at YouTube, because we're broadcasting there, or at the Adat Ariel website. We are broadcasting through 3 different mediums, just to ensure that we can catch as many of you as possible, and invite you to sing along with us, daven, spend an hour just plugging in to your Judaism and just enjoying the beginning of Sabbath. So it's been a long week, it's been a hot week. Let us sing to each other, to God. And as you know, we can't hear you, so you can be as loud, as out of tune as you want. Don't worry if you make a mistake. It's really all in the intention. So please enjoy, be here with us, and feel free to put as many comments as you'd like on Facebook, because it's that interaction that keeps us as close to as we can be in this physical distant time.
So we are going to continue with Shalom Aleichem. It's somewhere here. Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of page 5. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Yasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Yasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay ay ay, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Yasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Even Mac is singing along. There he goes.
Jonah was too, so.
Well, that's very good. We're going to turn now to the first of our Psalms for Kabbalat Shabbat, to Lechun Ranana, which is on page 11. Arba'im shana akut bidor, va'omaram to'e levavheim, ve'im lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati be'api, im yevo'un el menuchati. Next page, page 13. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. שירו לאדוני ברוך הוא שמו, בעשו מיום ליום שולתו, צבו לגויים כבודו. Page 14 at the arrow. Nine, 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 השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, וימים באמונתו. We are going to turn now to page 21. Page 21. Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid. Havul Adonai b'nei Elim. Havul Adonai. וישבר אדוני את עשי הלבנון וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון בסיריון כמו בן רעמים איי 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 כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש כל אדוני יחיל מדבר יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש כל אדוני יחולל אילות ויחסו יערו ובהיכלו כולו אומר כבוד איי 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 אדוני למה בו ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם אדוני עוז לימו ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום ניי 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 ליי 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 Okay, I think now we're ready for L'chadodi. L'chadodi is on page 23 and 24 and 25. And this is a tune I like very much, to Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov. May or may not be the tune that you know for Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov. Lai lai na nai nai, lai la lai la lai, nai na nai nai, nai na nai na nai, ai la lai lai, lai la lai la lai, lai la lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, nai nai nai. לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נעשוך סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך הפכה רב לך שבט בימי כבך והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התנערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי טיפה תחמי על יד בן ישי בית הלכתי קורבה אל נפשי אל נפשי גלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי מבעודך ומאודי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תקלמי לא תשתוכחי ומתמי בך יחסו עניי עמי ונבנתה עיר אל תילה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה והיו למשיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי אל יריש בן פרצי בן נשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה. Please rise, בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה המשיגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה יי לי 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 Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom. Mwah. Air kisses.
And now we are going to turn to page 27 for the Psalm for Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. So just put this over here and put this over here, and now I can do that. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot Adonai, Uzamer leshimcha elyon, Ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot Adonai, Uzamer leshimcha elyon, Ulezamer leshimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. We're going to skip right to the end of this psalm, which is on page 28 at the arrow. Tzadik katamar yifrach yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach. Woo! Ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, yiske. Ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, yiske. One more time. Tzadik katamar yifrach yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach. Woo! Tzadik katamar yifrach yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach. Ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, yiske. Ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, ke'eres balbanon yiske, yiske. I muted myself because I thought that Rabbi Yarkin was going to take over. Yasher Koach to you too. But we do have candle lighting to do. And then I will turn it over to Rabbi Yarkin. Is that appropriate? I think that works out, right? So I'm going to walk over here. Don't go away. Or you can light candles with me, or you can do it later and just watch. But here I go. Oh, Mac, be quiet. Take a chill pill. Ah, the Shabbos candles. The Shabbos candles. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie nai 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. לי 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 Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom. Mwah. Sending Shabbat kisses and virtual hugs to everybody out there. Please send them back. Rabbi Yarkin, hugs to you, virtual hugs to you, to anybody who may or may not be in your household. Mwah. And now I will turn this over to Rabbi Yarkin.
Thank you so much, Cantor Aronoff. Please know that I was harmonizing loudly over you. So I hope other people were doing so as well. Just a Bissell Torah before we go into our Ma'ariv section for our evening prayers. This is Parshat Re'eh, and there's some fabulous things in this Torah portion. But one of the things that I wanted to lean in is the kashrut laws. Now, reading through the list, I know that there are some kashrut laws that I think all of us can get on board with. Rotting carrion, lying out in the open, whose cause of death is unknown. I personally don't feel deprived when I'm instructed not to eat roadkill. Other laws get me a little, well, it's a more tough to adhere to, and there may be resentment towards following them. Bacon smells fantastic. That's just an honest statement. Cheeseburgers are some people's holy grail. But a law that I'm super personally grateful for and can totally live with is the one that permits us to eat all the fishies that have fins and scales. I'm not a fan of lobster, shrimp, crabs, or any of those bottom of the ocean, shell-encrusted, beetly monsters. Fake crab in my sushi gets the job done. And maybe I'm just basic, but salmon is literally one of my favorite foods. And tuna is my second favorite. So I'm all set when it comes to the fish department. But why fins and scales? I'm going to bypass some of those practical reasons that scholars have given over the years, such as health concerns, rarity, shellfish are harder to clean, and instead share a more symbolic notion put forth by the Lubavitcher Rebbe in the 1940s. He writes this: as the armor that protects the body of the fish, scales represent a quality of integrity which protects us from the many pitfalls that life presents. A person of integrity will not deceive their customers, in spite of the financial profits involved. They will not lie to a friend, despite any short-term gain from doing so. They will not cheat on their partner in the face of temptation. Integrity means that one has absolute standards of right and wrong and is committed to a morality that transcends their mood. So, in our mystical understanding of our relationship with the food we eat, the fin scales imbue us with integrity when we consume them. And fins, the wing-like organs that propel fish forward, represent ambition. Now, I love me a bit of symbolism. We need fins. We get to try to advance ourselves, to swim forward, amass wealth, strive to be better, and increase our situations, make our unique mark upon the world. But we must always remember our scales. We cannot do so at the detriment of others. Ambition is a trait often associated with the Yetzer Hara, desire, self-centeredness. In Jewish thought, though, we don't wish to rid ourselves of the Yetzer Hara, the so-called evil inclination, because it's so useful. The rabbis claim that without it, we'd never have sex. And what would life be like if there were no little porgs? Drive, ambition, self-will, it's only bad when left unchecked. When tempered with integrity, however, it can lead to energetic, wonderful, sweeping acts of change. So, as the Lubavitcher Rebbe points out, comes down to balance, a healthy respect for our own needs and dreams of success, plus an awareness that the steps we take towards betterment will affect the people and environment around us, and we should not trade our morality, our integrity, for the sake of personal gain. So, in conclusion, let us be cod-fearing, neither flounder nor be shellfish, find our place in the world, and not shirk off the responsibility to interpret our Torah verses with a nuanced, symbolic, and sophisticated understanding. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. And Cantor Aronoff will continue with the Baruch Hu, and let's hope she doesn't need to tune her guitar. We are on page 39b, and I encourage all who are able to stand for this prayer. And please feel free to add the fishy puns into the comments section.
Well, that I'm not quite sure how to follow that. I will follow it with Baruch Hu, but that was an amazing bunch of fishy puns. I would also like to add to this that Parshat Re'eh is my daughter Ronit's bat mitzvah parsha. So it is the anniversary of her bat mitzvah. So that's another reason, at least for our family, why this parsha is so special. Lai, 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 nai, nai, na, nai, 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 lai, 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 na, nai, 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 lai, 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch
Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Leolam Va'ed. Lai, 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 la, lai, 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 la, lai, 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 lai.
We can be seated as we continue on page 39b with our Ma'ariv Brachot.
El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'Ma'ariv Aravim Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Cha'ahavta Torah Mitzvot. We're on the bottom of page 40, and then we'll go straight into the Shema on page 41. V'avatcha tasir mimenu li'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיין שלום. Continuing on page 42 with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema. Leman teases Keruvas, he never comes with him. Adonai Elohechem emet ve'emunah kol tovim. Azam nafsheinu v'chaim v'lo narabrugleinu amanminu amanminu. We are going to continue with Michamocha on the top of page 44. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe uMiriam u'bnei Yisrael lecha'anu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Norat tehilot osefele Malechutcha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze'eli anu v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Yai lai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 ונאמר כי פדרנה את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We are going to continue on page 45 with Hashkivenu. Whoops. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom l'shalom 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 Stand us up Adonai You'll spread your wings upon us all Give us peace and keep us safe L'shalom, l'shalom, l'shalom Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom L'shalom Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom L'shalom Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha L'shalom, l'shalom, l'shalom Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch atah Adonai. Hapore sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'yal Yerushalayim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat, Shabbos la'asod, et ha-shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, שבס לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ביום השביעי. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך
לעולם לא מהמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעולמה ואמרו amen.
We have come now to our silent Amidah. So please, if you can stand for this, go ahead. You can pray this in English or Hebrew, or just use the prayer as a springboard to insert your own words of praise, of hope for the future, of gratitude that it is Shabbat. And then sit down when you're done, and we'll probably do an Oseh Shalom or something nice and rowdy after that. So, I'll go back to mute, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Say Menuchateinu, Kadeshenu, Mitzvotav. Lo V'Kavanu Mekadesh. Ose shalom bimroma, Uya shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, uya ase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru, Shemei Rabbah, Beyalma Divrach Yerutev Yamlich Malchute B'chayechonu V'mechonu V'chaydocho Beit Yisrael Agalau Bizman Kariv Yimeru.
Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Li'olam Lo Me'almaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach V'ishtabach V'tvar V'trumam V'naseh V'tadar V'talev V'talal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu Le'elam Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechamata Damiran V'yama V'yimeru.
Amen.
Yikavel Tzloton Uvalton D'chol Yisrael Kodam Avhani V'shmaya V'yimeru.
Amen.
Hey Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya V'chem Alenu V'kol Yisrael V'yimeru. Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imeru.
Amen. It is, I think, Kiddush time now. What are you drinking, Cantor Aronoff?
I am drinking the Moscato of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Also known
Don't
as
mind if I have some too.
blue bottle, right? The Bartonora Moscato. Go Dodgers. And Kiddush is on page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu vacharta viotanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
This one's for you, Ronit. I think I'll have some more. Yummy, yummy. Shall we do Aleinu?
We shall. We'll remain standing if we are, and we are on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, hateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, חיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. על כן נקבל לך תבכנו למה מלכות שדי בכל תמלוך עליהם, כי המלכות שלך היא ולעולמי תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
On page 58, we have our Mornis Kaddish, our Kaddish Yatom, and I'm going to read out the names both from this evening and also the upcoming week of all those that I've been made aware of in the Adapt Ariel community who will be observing Yotzites. Please feel free to add the name or names of your loved ones in the comment section if you're following along on Facebook, and hold them in your hearts and stand with us and say this prayer after I've read the following. Irving Abelson, Nathan Horowitz, Anna Liu, Lillian Libros, Eileen Orloff, Robert Radin, Philip Sills, Maury Silver, Fanny Silverman, Frederick Leonard Simmons, Laurie Bonnet, Lillian Levine, Dorothy Nathanson, Dorit Smith, Abraham Turner, Sylvia Weishos, William Brownstein, Sol Fox, Lionel Groberman, Etta Sherman, Harold Feinberg, Benjamin Goodman, Toby Herzog, Avis Levine, Ronald Marsh, Anne Schiffman, Aldo Spaccia, Sarah Ben Shmuel, Jeremy Green, Gus Grunwald, Celia Leibovitz, Mary Shapiro, Ellie Bender, Hyman Broder, Ruth Ellen Godfrey Carney, Albert Mahana, Louis Pachertsky, Pearl Roseman, Abraham Shapiro, Shloma Bienenstock, Chia Bienenstock, Zisman Bienenstock, Svi Bienenstock, Gilbert Dreyfus, Salim Fabe, Flora Eisenstock, Sarah Katz, Fred Shapiro, and Charles Silverberg, with apologies if I mispronounced anyone's name. Kadisha Tom, Yitgadal, Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Bialma Divrach Hirute, Biamlich Malchute, V'chayechon Uvyomechon, V'chaye Dehol Beit Yisrael, V'agala Uvizman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Ulolmei Almaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudsha, Brichu, Le'ela, Min Kol Berchata V'shirata, Trushbechata V'nechemata, De'amiran V'yalma V'imru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru. Amen. May their blessing bring you comfort. And thank you for proclaiming that to everyone else. Even if we weren't able to see you, we could feel you. And with that, we are going to wrap up our service. We want to say a really big Shabbat Shalom and thank you so much for tuning in on whatever device worked. We want to say a huge, big green and black Yesha Koach to Cantor Aronoff. I don't know if you can see the colors there. Jonah made it earlier. And to all of you, just thank you for staying strong in this crazy time. Tune in as ever tomorrow morning. We've got a couple of nice surprises happening at services, 9:30 a.m. Next week, we have a bat mitzvah. Ooh. So things are getting busy. And just visit our website for upcoming events, for high holiday information. And Cantor Aronoff, I'm going to pass it over to you for any additional thoughts or announcements, and then the closing prayer of your choice.
Thank you, Rabbi Yarkin. Wonderful to daven together with you. We have Naranana next Friday night. So I hope to see you at Naranana. Several of us will be here to bring you a beautiful Kabbalat Shabbat and Erev Shabbat service. And as the rabbi said, we have a bat mitzvah next week. So you are going to see us broadcasting Shabbat morning services from a very different location. It won't be my living room. It won't be Rabbi Yarkin's house. It's going to be the LeBeau Outdoor Chapel. And so that's where we are going to be bringing the Shabbat morning services from for you next week. Tomorrow morning, it will be in our homes. We will be broadcasting, if you will, from our homes. But as Rabbi Yarkin said, we have our bat mitzvah is going to come and join us for the service to do Ashrei. Ori Zadok of the ECC is going to be our darshan. So come and join us. And yes, lots of things happening. And I wish for you all a Shabbat of rest, of comfort, of loving your family, of taking the time to stop from, you know, if you happen to be working very hard, like we know some people who are working very hard, and Shabbos is the biggest gift there is, because we get to stop from that work and we get to give our souls and our bodies a chance to rejuvenate themselves, and we get a chance to tell our family how much we really appreciate them. So with that, yeah, I love Shabbat. Big smile. We are going to end with Yigdal on page 62. And this is an Italian Sephardic tune that I use both for Yigdal and Adon Olam. You may recognize it. Please join with us on page 62, Yigdal. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtzav yenei tel metziuto echad mien yachid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo dmut haguf v'eino guf lo naroch elav kedushato קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון מאין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם בכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפע נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא ומביט את תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמואל, היה נביאו נאמן ביתו, לא יחלים פועל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולם מזולתו, צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו, גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לראש הרע כרישתו, ישלח לקץ ימים משיחנו, לפדות לך כקץ ישועתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך דעת שם תהילתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך דעת שם תהילתו.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everybody. Mwah.
Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Yesha Koach, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.